Okay, this is going to be called caring too much what other people think. Now, I believe this starts at home, caring about what your family and parents think. And if you're anything like me, you know the right words to say or to behave in a certain way which gains via approving looks and accepting smiles. I believe if you care too much what others think, especially for me and my type 3 personality, I fall down the rabbit hole of being who you want me to be. And as I have covered, nobody likes people who are pretentious. I also believe that when you care about other people and how these people think, it breeds dishonesty, because you are less than likely to admit your shortcomings, and because you care and you care what they think, you will lie. Because telling the truth is the hardest thing to do. There's a reason for that. It shows a real test of character for people who tell the truth no matter what cost. Now, I know excessive caring isn't pleasant and it's horrible, but I do believe that you should care. And here are 3 people who I think that you should care about. Number 1, your parents. Number 2, school teachers. And number 3, your employer or your boss. And here is why. I believe that you should care about what teachers think at school, because as soon as you get old enough and you go into your first job, who is that employer gonna call? Your school. They are going to call up your school and get an evaluation of the sort of person they are going to hire. And if you're unreliable, you're prone to, just laziness, or you answer the teachers back, things like that aren't always going to go down well. And I think that is why you should care, because these people are determining what job you are going in for in the first place. And also, once you are at work, what about that promotion? It's like you have to care just a bit. I'm not saying overly, but you have to care enough who get put forward. And actually, I think it was last year, and I was at work. There was a great quote which they tend to put on boards, which was doing a for and against. Basically, it's pitfalls which you can fall under? Are you threatened, or do you feel challenged when somebody else gets a work promotion and you haven't? Are you happy or not? If you are happy for this person, then great, you're absolutely okay. But if you actually feel jealous, or you actually even think, I am what I do, and if I'm not good enough, then that's it. Well, I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter, but it's your attitude towards work determines whether or not you get that promotion. Instead of going, instead of going, I am what I do, you go, my abilities help me to gain important knowledge about getting promotions, and that's it. It's like it's like a for and against, and if you, it's the things you saying here. If you work hard, if you are good at it, other people will see how good you are at it, and they will consider you for that promotion, you know, because they're not gonna give it to a person who righteously thinks that they deserve it. Have you worked for this? Have you got the skills and the abilities? And also, going back to my points, you need to also care what your parents think too, because the fear of disappointing them keeps you in check. How many people go if there's a group of kids outside and it's dark and it's past their bedtime? I wonder what their mother thinks. I wonder if their mother knows that they are out, or it's not always that. It's if that is what they are like, I wonder what their mother is like. It goes back on the mother and how these kids were raised in the first place, and caring what your mum or your dad thinks at times is good, because the fear makes you oh no, I can't do that because I can't hurt them, I can't disappoint them, which is good, because at times, like when I go to my nan's house, she constantly talks about the love she has for her mother and dad, and half the time she talks to me like, oh, I could never do that. I could never, I could never, I don't know, snort cocaine, or I could never steal. I could never do this because my parents would be ever so disappointed, and I don't want to hurt them. And I think that was down to her love for her parents. Now, of course, everybody has flaws and things that they tend to do that they probably should not, but why don't we think what image that sets to the people, what they think of our parents? Because our parents have more than likely ought to be good, decent, responsible humans. When you care too much about what other people think, it turns you into a people pleaser, and your ability to say no just drops. So take pause with these points, because caring too much what other people think stomps your growth as a person into who you could be. And also, I mean, these people, you always get these people who can't give a flying fudge whatsoever, and these sorts of people really annoy me because they just don't care. And at times I'd love to think, oh, I'd love to not care at all. Or how can I put this, from my personality, it's like has been on glowing personal reports from teachers and recommendations, people who speak highly of me, and the word of mouth is powerful, and I would hate to think I couldn't get a job or anything because people would think of me as, I don't know, an awful person, or, you know, I would be devastated. And if this word of mouth gets you know, about, because trust me, it does, and it gets to someone like my nan, I'd be awful. I'd be shocked to my core, because she would have thought better of me. Now, I know plenty of life coaches and called develop people will say, right, being a people pleaser, learn to say no and to be who you are, because that's the gist of it, and to be truthful too, because who do we respect? Who do we look up to? Honest, hardworking, authentic, real people who speak their truth, speak from the heart, and like I have mentioned, caring too much stunts your personal growth. I believe that by caring too much, it stirs up a whole manner of problems. You're never going to please everybody. There is too much criticism about. You are always going to get people saying you could have handled that differently, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. And what exactly are these people? Fault finders, haters, nitpickers, and these people who do all of that like to be above criticism, and they are the real victims, perfectionists. And actually, if you try and tell them a thought of theirs, they literally do not believe you and will look down their nose at you, because they honestly do believe they are above everybody else.